Good evening, Independence Mustang Wrestling fans. This is Jason Lang, and we're at Benton Shellsburg High School. And right now we're going through the announcement of the starting lineups of our teams that are here tonight. Independence, Benton Community, and Benton Shellsburg. Our first dual meet tonight will be Independence versus Benton Community. The history of our dual mates against Benton Community. The first time we wrestled Benton was in the 1965-66 season, and Independence won that very first dual meet. And we've continued with 39 wins and just 14 losses to Benton Community. Later on in the evening, when we wrestled Benton, our overall dual meet record against Benton is 44-9-2, and our very first dual meet with Benton was back in the 1966-1967 wrestling season. I'd like to thank Matt Shannon for all of the history that he's able to dig up on all the teams that we wrestle. Always kind of neat to look back in the past and see how far we've come. So tonight against Benton Community, we've got a nice full varsity lineup, and we've got a tremendous number of JV matches. So we're going to have a lot of action going on here. Independence versus Benton Community starting shortly. So I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and pause for a little bit. The stream will continue. And once we get varsity action going, we'll get you caught up on our varsity lineups and keep track of the JV matches that are going on. So we'll be ready to go here, Independence Wrestling, in just a few moments. Well, good evening, Independence Western Wrestling fans. We are getting ready to start some varsity action here. Independence Wrestling versus Benton Shellsburg. We are starting tonight at 195 pounds. And for Independence stepping on the mat at 195, that'll be Matt McMillan. And we'll see who we have stepping up for Benton Community in just a moment here. On the JV side of things, we're going to have, like I said, a whole bunch of JV matches, and I believe it's going to be Andrew Delahunt on the mat for Independence and Cole Castor of Benton Community. So here we go. We've got Matt McMillan on the mat right now for Independence. And we're looking, getting set up here. We got to get our Benton Community wrestler logged in. Blade Durbala, okay. Got some technical difficulties going on. There we go. Got the name found now. That should pop up any moment now. So on our JV mat, we have Andrew Delahunt against Cole Castor of Benton Community. And on the varsity mat, we have Matt McMillan and Blade Durbala of Benton Community. Starting our first match here. First match of this dual meet tonight, Independence and Benton Community. Delahunt on the JV mat. Done a nice job picking up the first takedown. Delahunt ahead 2-0 right now. First JV match of the night for Independence. Matt McMillan on the mat here at 195. Nice shot off the mat. And the two wrestlers head back to the middle. Let's see if Matt can create a little motion here in the middle of the mat. Delahunt with another takedown. There's McMillan, the snap down, trying to come around behind. Got the head buried pretty good. There's two takedown. Nice job, Matt McMillan. Reacting off of his opponent's shot with the snap down and go behind. So McMillan ahead 2-0. Picks up the first takedown of the match. And we have Andrew Delahunt wrapping up the first period in his match. And gave up a reversal right at the end. So he is tied up 2-2. I thought he had a takedown in there. I thought it was 4-2, but 2-2 score for Andrew Delahunt on the JV mat. Matt McMillan looking for a tilt, one-on-one, wrist ride. Tried to pull the hip over top. Get a few back points there, but no go. We got a stall call, a warning. Warning against Benton Community. And here's McMillan with the half Nelson. Takes him to his back, but no back points. Nothing awarded to McMillan, no back points. And so, see how this period wraps up. 3 seconds left. And no points for McMillan. So McMillan ahead 2-0 at the end of the first period. Came close, buried a half nice and deep, almost picked some points up there. His opponent, Durbala, was able to roll through, and then McMillan right at the end of the period just about had a tilt hooked up. No points. Wrestlers are going to start in the middle of the mat on their feet in the second period. This is the first match of the dual meet. Matt McMillan and Blade Durbala. Now what McMillan's got on his side, if he can continue moving forward into his opponent, Durbala's got a stall call against him. There's McMillan, nice job with the snap down. He's gonna score the same way here. Oh, referee gave two right at the edge of the mat. Good job, good snap and spin. Way to get around behind. I wasn't sure if the referee was gonna award two or not. Both wrestlers didn't come down to their knees, but referee decided that the Benton Community wrestler had his weight on his hands heavy enough that he awarded two. Delahunt now behind 7-2 in his JV match. And they are in at the end of the second period. McMillan just gives his opponent the escape. Drabala with a little shot there. McMillan, ooh, he's looking for that underhook on the left-hand side. Nothing going there. A little arm drag attempt by McMillan. Nice job. Now we got a chance to shoot him off the mat. Create pressure. Continue moving forward. A little circle and shoot him off right here. That's what we'd like to see. Use the edge of the mat well. Arm drag. Nice job, McMillan. Way to try to make something happen there at the edge. Little arm drag on Matt's right side there on the edge. Back to the middle of the mat we go. Andrew Delahunt now in the third period. He's behind 7-2 in his JV match. Whole bunch of JV matches here tonight, Independence and Benton Community. And this is the first match of our dual meet. There's Drabala with a shot on McMillan. Boy, Drabala's in there deep. He had hands locked there for a second on that single leg. But McMillan was able to get the leg back, get the hips in, and eventually run out of real estate and head out of bounds. They're going to head back to the middle of the mat. Well, McMillan needs to go to what he's went to earlier in the match, and that's heavy on the head. Stay heavy on the head and see what he can make happen. Down to 22 seconds left. McMillan with a little shot, but boy, he kept that elbow high. Now Drabala's in front headlock situation. No point scored, go out of bounds. Drabala's fighting pretty good here. McMillan just needs to keep moving forward. He needs to get his offense going. 4-1 score here, approaching the end of the second period. 10 seconds left on the clock here in the gymnasium. And it looks like we're going to wrap up the second period. And McMillan's going to be ahead 4-1 in this first match of our dual meet here. On the JV mat, 38 seconds left in the third period. And we got Andrew Delahunt losing to Cole Castor right now, 9-2. Those wrestlers are heading to a new start in the middle of the map. All right, McMillan in the third period starts in the top position. Had an opportunity had a good half Nelson. He almost ran over in the first period. Now he's got that one-on-one wrist, working on the half on the right-hand side. Opponent's able to base back up, so that's going to slow that motion down. Let's see what Matt can hook up here. He's looking for a 2-on-1 tilt right now. He's trying to load the hips up. Drabala does a pretty good job of staying low and wide with the hips. Nice reversal over there by Delahunt on the JV mat. But looks like Delahunt's going to lose in that JV match, 9-4 to Cole Castor. McMillan still in the top position. We haven't had too much of a scare here in that top position. Maybe a little bit there at the edge of the mat as his opponent was able to clear the hips a bit. But McMillan pretty well dominating in the top position. But now we'd like to see him get some back points. 4-1. Sure like to see him stretch things out here a little bit. Maybe see if we can get ourselves into major decision category. He's up by 3 right now. Let's see if we can get 5 more points in this third period with 1 minute, a little less than 1 minute, 53 seconds left in the third. McMillan's still working that kind of 2-on-1 tilt. He really wants to drop those hips into his lap so he can load up that tilt, but Drabala's going nowhere near that. Now Drabala's going to lose a point for stalling. So maybe that's why it's so hard to score points for Mac McMillan. The referee's saying that the young man from Benton Community won't pick his hips up. As soon as he does, McMillan 2-on-1 gets the hips scooted underneath. And he's looked for a tilt, but not quite enough. Couldn't expose the back and pick up any back points. 15 seconds left in the third period. McMillan with that stall call ahead 5-1. Drabala up to his feet. We're near the edge of the mat though. Let's see where this all shakes out. McMillan gives up the escape right at the end. So 5-2 score right now with that escape, and that's how the match is going to wrap up. So McMillan here at 195, first match of the dual meet. McMillan with a win, 5-2 over Blade Drabala of Benton Community. Okay, so stepping out on the mat right now at 220. Got Lane McMartin on the mat for Independence. And it looks like Lane is wrestling Jacob Reed. Jacob Reed, Benton Community, a senior. And McMillan, Independence, also a senior. On the JV mat, second match out there right now. We've got Zach Davis on the mat for Independence. And Zach was ahead 5-0 when I looked, and as soon as I looked, he was getting reversed and getting put on his back right now. So I'm going to quit looking at the JV mat. Zach Davis on his back, and Zach gave up a fall after going up 5-0. All right, so Zach Davis on the JV mat gives up a loss there. And once again, we've got Jacob Reed, Benton Community, and Lane McMartin of Independence, the second match of this dual meet. Matt McMillan picked up a win the first match of the dual meet, 5-2 over his opponent from Benton Community. So Indy leads the meet right now, 3-0. Got Reed of Benton Community. He wants to go underhooks. Pretty bad there with McMartin. McMartin does a good job of keeping the elbows in and just kind of pushing away. Had a hand on Reed's chest, just kind of trying to keep some distance. And he used the edge of the mat pretty well there. Go ahead and get out of bounds if you've got that escape route as well. All right, on the JV mat, we've got Joe Priebe out there wrestling Christian Atkinson. Priebe of Independence on the JV mat, Atkinson of Benton Community. And Priebe gets a nice takedown at the beginning, then gives up the escape, but he's in on another shot. Okay, McMartin finds himself kind of the same situation here as a little bit ago. Reed trying to battle into those underhooks. Got another one over here on the left side. Oh, that's what Reed was looking for. There's the underhook and duck under by Reed. And Reed picks up the first takedown of this match here at 220. So Jacob Reed, Benton Community ahead 2-0 with 13 seconds left in the first period. Now McMartin just needs to stay in good position here the last 8 seconds. But Reed has the barbed wire, arm pulled across our chest, and he is going to get some back points here right at the end of the period. And 2 more back points for Reed. So Reed goes ahead 4-0 at the end of the first period here at 220 pounds. Now what Lane's going to have to be careful of is on our feet. That's where he's going to head to. He's going to go choose on both wrestlers up here at the beginning of the second period. He's got to stay out of these underhooks. That's exactly where Reed wants to go. So he needs to pummel in and maintain inside position with his opponent. Joe Priebe with a nice win over there. Win by fall. So JV, we're getting things rolling over there on that side of the gymnasium with the JV. There's McMartin fighting off those underhooks again. And Reed does the same thing. Double underhooks, goes to a duck under, picks up the takedown. 2 more points for Reed. And now McMartin just needs to build a base. But Reed goes right back to that exact same move, barbed wire. Pulls the arm across the chest, walks around the head, and takes all that pressure and twists McMartin over to his back. And now McMartin's got 1:08 left, but not going to be able to fight off. So we have Reed here of Benton Community winning by fall over McMartin. In 1:52. Okay, moving up to 285. Let's see what we got here at 285. Drew Evans, freshman from Independence. Drew Evans stepping on the mat, and he's wrestling Anthony Draymond. Drew Evans, a freshman. Anthony Draymond, we'll see what year Anthony is. He's a junior, so we got a freshman and a junior. And I mentioned last week when I got a chance to be at the meet at Williamsburg, Drew Evans is kind of in a tough spot here. He's going to wrestle a lot of upperclassmen here at the varsity level. So he's going to get some good experience. Gives up the takedown right at the beginning of the first period. And now got to get that arm off the back. Needs to build a base quick. Otherwise he's going to go over and Draymond able to just spin around, get the elbow high, and pick up the fall. So a loss by fall in 41 seconds. Drew Evans at 285, a loss by fall. Like I said, it's going to be tough for a freshman to step onto the varsity mat, especially at 285 pounds. You're almost always going to be wrestling upperclassmen. So hats off to Drew Evans for stepping out there. I know last week he went to the LaPorte City JV tournament and won when he got an opportunity to wrestle kids more his age. So it may take him a little time on the varsity side of things, but we know he's going to progress and he's going to get better as the season goes. And he's going to get to spend all 4 years at this weight class getting better and better and better over time. So as long as he keeps putting the time in, things are going to change fast for Drew Evans. Maybe by the end of the season, and definitely by next year, things are going to be looking good. Okay, on the JV mat, see who we have out there. Caleb Van Gorder, I believe that is. I'm going to take a quick look. Yeah, Caleb Van Gorder out there. And he's wrestling Briar Hartle, Van Gorder of Independence and Hartle of Benton Community. And they're all tied up 2-2 right now. Okay, at 106. I was talking, I lost track of where we were. That's what I get for doing that. 106. Double forfeit. Okay, Independence gives up the forfeit at 106. And so now we have on the mat right now, we got Spencer Milling of Benton Community and Holden Griffith of Independence. And looks like we're going to score some points in this match. Griffith with the first takedown gives up the escape. And both wrestlers back up on their feet. 1:15 left in the first period. Boy, a lot of action here. Fun match to watch here. Milling, a sophomore for Benton Community. Whoa, be careful there. I thought we had an ankle trapped on the mat there for a second. That didn't look very good, but takedown by Milling over Griffith. So we'll see if Griffith can pick up the escape. Independence behind in this dual meet right now, 18-3. Gave up a couple falls, a fall at 220, a fall at 285, and a forfeit at 106. Holden Griffith out there right now at 113 pounds. Good job of getting to a base, get to your feet, almost. Needs to get that right elbow freed up a little bit. Opponent looking for a kind of a chicken wing on the right-hand side and needs to keep that elbow out in front of his body. Milling looking for a cradle here with 8 seconds left. It's going to give up some back points. Griffith's going to give up some back points. Oh, and gives up the fall right at the end of the first period. So 1:56. And Holden Griffith gives up the fall to Spencer Milling.
At 120, Benton Community is open for Independence. Colin Fischel.
Okay, so at 120, looks like Independence is going to pick up a forfeit, I believe. Okay. On the lineup, Benton Community had 120 listed as open, but they're going to go ahead and move up one of their wrestlers. And so we've got Colton Campbell, it looks like, weighed in at 113, or listed at 113 anyway. Colton Campbell, he's going to move up from 113 into 120. And he's going to be wrestling Colin Fischels from Independence. Dual meet score right now, 24-0. Independence has got a little bit of work to do. There's Fischels with an underhook. And nice job. Off the shot, boost the elbow. Great job by Colin Fischels. Way to lift that elbow. There was a fall right there. There it is again. Needs to If he can get the head lifted up, he should be able to stop that motion. There it is. Oh, great job, Colin Fischels. Going to make that dual meet score look a little bit better, awfully fast. Fischels with a quick fall. Outstanding. 33 seconds. Good job, Colin Fischels. So it brings our dual meet score just a little bit closer. Dual meet score 24-9 right now. Independence closed the gap just a little bit there. Trying to look over to the JV mat and see who we have out there right now. I think we still have Van Gorder out there. Yeah, it looks like Van Gorder's finishing up his mat. And it looks like Van Gorder 15-6, I believe. So good job by Caleb Van Gorder on the JV mat. Okay, Jacob Wolf. After giving up the takedown, he's now fighting off a cradle, and Wolf is headed over his back. There's a nice reversal by Wolf. Oh, and that roll through, he needed to break the grip. That was a perfect opportunity. Here it comes again, break the grip. He's got the roll through going. He needs to stop at the top of that motion, and break the grip. And all of a sudden, he's going to pin his opponent, but Benton Community is going to stop him. So a fall there for Tate Buck of Benton Community over Jacob Wolf, and right at 1 minute. And Benton Community is able to get another fall. And it's going to move the dual meet score to 30-9. Independence has got a little bit of work to do here, moving up to 132. So we'll see what the maroon and white can do here. The rest of this dual meet, they've definitely dug themselves in a little bit of a hole right now. On the JV mat, we've got Reed Lewin for Independence and Nash Peterson of Benton Community. Reed Lewin of Independence and Nash Peterson of Benton Community on the mat. Okay, here at 132 varsity mat, Tanner Erickson Dale. He's wrestling Jacob Knack of Benton Community. And Knack comes in, listed as a sophomore, and then we have him actually moved up from 126 pounds. So if that is indeed where Knack weighed in at 126, we've got a little bit of a size and a weight advantage here. There's a nice fireman's carry. If he can keep that arm and go right to a half. Oh, he should have gone over top of the head. He went underneath to the shoulder. We had the arm trapped. He needed to go over top of the head to finish that. And probably would have taken him to his back with some back points. So we're going to get some back points here on the edge of the mat. So we've got at least 2 back points coming with a nice tilt there at the edge. Kind of miss that on the edge there a little bit. Here we go, back to the middle. So we had a takedown and some back points and a little bit of a tilt there right at the edge of the mat for Tanner Erickson Dale. So he's ahead 6-0 with 40 seconds left in the first period here at 132 pounds. Benton Community ahead in this dual meet right now, 30-9. Yeah, Independence has got some work to do. Let's see if we can start doing some hard work here at 132 with Erickson Dale on the mat for Independence. Down to the final 15 seconds. Let's see what Tanner can do. Got an arm on the back. Oh, trying to go underneath. He needs to keep him down on the mat. Don't give up on escape here with 8 seconds left. Get things under control. Oh, there you go. Trying to boost the elbow, lift him over. 3 seconds left. Hey, there's a take. Is he going to get some back points? Yes, he's going to get 2 back points. Boy, thought he might get a fall there for a second. Good job by Tanner Erickson Dale. Would have picked up a couple points at the end of the period. And he is going to be ahead 8-0 right at the end of the first period. Heading into the second period, it looks like he's going to start in the top position. On the JV mat, Reed Lewin out there for Independence. And Reed is behind 5-4 right now in the second period. Tanner Erickson-Dale starting the second period in the top position. He's got the arm across the back end. Nice job. He's got to try to have the arm across the back. His opponent stood up, kind of reached over top looking for a cradle there briefly. When he puts the arm across the back now, he needs to plant it on his back. He kind of puts it there, and it's almost like his opponent's not going to leave it there for him. He needs to stick it there, hold it with one hand, and then go to work with the other hand up near his opponent's head. Circle around the front, go underneath the elbow, make something happen with that pinning combination. Reed Lewin wrapping up the second period. He's behind 7-4. Erickson-Dale here in the second period, 1:09 left in the second period. He's ahead comfortably 8-0. Just needs to keep going with what he's got there. He keeps getting the one-on-one wrists. Keep rolling that thing up, which he's doing. Good job of coming out to the side. That's going to keep the referee off his back. Good job. Arm across the back. There, keep it. There we go. Coach said keep it. There, he kept the arm, kept it buried that time. Was able to keep that arm trapped. Now he just needs a small adjust. Get out of the legs. Get chest to chest. Nice adjustment. There's the fall. Nice job, Tanner Erickson-Dale. Fall in the second period. So a fall in 3:21. So at 1:32, Independence picks up 6 more points in this dual meet. Close the gap a little bit. Dual meet score 30-15 at the end of 132 pounds. So here we go at 1:38. Got Drew Davis stepping out there for Independence, and it looks like it's going to be Briar Peterson. And Briar Peterson weighed in at 138. Peterson, a senior for Benton Community. Okay, Reed Lewin. Looks like Reed had a win over there. I'm trying to read facial expressions. I missed the end. Nice takedown by Drew Davis at the beginning here at 138. I didn't quite see the end of Reed Lewin's match. He was behind, but I'm not seeing a lot of joy on the Benton Community bench, so I'll see if I can catch and see how Reed did. Vaughn Nabolt's on the mat, on the JV mat for Independence, wrestling Chris Breeze, and Vaughn has a takedown and a cradle hooked up. All right, Drew Davis on the mat right now. Got the first takedown. Top position. Let's see what Drew looks for in terms of pinning combinations or tilts. He's got a 2-on-1 right now. If he can bring him to the mat, go right into a tilt. He's going to try that standing tilt. We thought he was going to go that standing tilt. Good adjustment. Drive back across. Single to a double. Get him back down on the mat. All right, get things back under control, Drew Davis. Peterson doing a pretty good job of fighting off our hand control. Rolling wrists. Drew just needs to do what he's doing. He's keeping a lot of good pressure forward. Keep the guy heavy on his hands. Peterson able to get his hips underneath and gets the stand up and the escape. So 2-1 score now. Drew Davis ahead 2-1. Over Briar Peterson of Benton Community. Wow, nice. Way to go, Drew Davis. Little head tap and just walks right underneath. Got Peterson leaning forward and went right underneath. And what a fall, win by fall for Vaughn Naboltz. Nice job over there by Vaughn. Drew Davis trying to work that arm out, put it on his back. So we got a bar arm for Drew Davis right now. 12 seconds left in the first period. Let's see what Drew can do with this. In the final seconds of the first period, he's ahead 4-1 with 2 takedowns. Gave up the 1 escape. And it looks like that's how the first period is going to all wrap up. Ooh, right at the end. Sunk a half right at the end when the whistle blew. And ooh, that could have been interesting right at the end there. Had we had about 15 more seconds. But looks like Drew's got a little blood he's got to deal with here at the end of the first period. He's ahead 4-1. Dual meet score. Independence 15. Benton Community 30. And on the JV mat, we got Spencer Schonka and Brendan, looks like Fannebecker, believe that's what it is. Nice shot by Spencer Shonka with a shot early in the first period. Shonka with the first shot, but not able to pick up any points off of it. Another shot by Spencer Shonka. Nice double leg and lift with the 2 points over there. We're back at it. Nice Drew Davis with a nice fireman's carry. Let's see if he can keep the elbow. He does. And just loses enough of it that he's not able to take his opponent to the back. So another 2 points for Drew Davis. And he goes ahead 6-1. Starting to kind of get things in control. Oh, here comes that half Nelson. He had that right at the end of the first period, pretty deep. Let's see if he can utilize it here. Now he's got the far wrist. Good job, Drew Davis. Way to get the half. Pull the guy forward with the one-on-one on the far side. Nice job. Good adjustment. So a fall in 2:36 for Drew Davis. Boy, if anybody gets a chance to look at that at some other point in time, Drew Davis did exactly what you want to do. Had the half Nelson, went over to the far side, grabbed the wrist, and just did a great job of putting the pressure right, pulled him forward, and then ran him over to his back. Pretty textbook adjustment there. Good job, Drew Davis. And here we are at 145, where we have Seth House on the mat, and he's wrestling Taylor Schultze. Schultze of Benton Community is a junior, and House a sophomore for Independence. Dual meet score 21-30. So we're closing the gap a little bit in these last two matches. Erickson Dale with a fall and Drew Davis with the fall. So nice 12 team points right there. And Seth House on the mat for Independence right now. Spencer Shonka ahead 2-0, and there's a nice takedown by Seth House. Goes ahead 2-0. Good job. Shonka looks like he's heading into the second period on the JV mat. Oh, House had an opportunity for a cradle there. He reached over top, but just couldn't get the hands locked. So gives up the escape. So a 2-1 score here. 1 minute left in the first period. Let's see if House can pick up another takedown by the end of the first period. Nice movement by House. Good job of moving that arm out of the way. Good little shuck, elbow shuck there. Tried a little elbow pass by and drove right into it. Just need to change levels just a little bit better. Not only needs to push it by, but if he can elevate it just a little bit. Another good job. Another good job. Elbow pass. Good job. Hey, that time he just kept the pressure, got in close enough to get to a leg, and his opponent, Schultze, just had nowhere to go to. Good job. Schultze could not get his body turned well enough, and House goes behind for two, so he's ahead 4-1. 27 seconds left in the first period. Good job, Seth House. Way to go to that little elbow pass. He feels pretty good with that. And good job to him for going back to it. It's something that worked, almost worked on the edge. Took it back to the middle and made it happen. Spencer Shonka ahead 3-1 right now. 53 seconds left in the second period. Shonka in on another shot. Might be able to pick up a takedown here. Another takedown in the second period. House now needs to get his opponent back down to the mat. Good job. Had the leg elevated, able to get that trip initiated and get out of bounds. So 8.5 seconds left in the first period. Let's see what House does. Got to ride him out here the rest of the first period. Good job. Oh, didn't quite stop the first motion. Gave up the escape. Hats off to Benton Community. Boy, he hit that stand up like he knew what he was doing right there. Seth House wasn't quite able to get to the ankle fast enough to stop that first motion. So the end of the first period is going to be 4-2 score. And House is going to go into the second period. Both wrestlers up on their feet. House ahead 4-2. Spencer Shonka on the JV mat. He's ahead 4-3 right now. There's a little same thing. Another elbow. Pushing on the elbow. Drops down to a single leg. Good job, House. There you go. Elevate. Nice back trip. Way to go. Now, as he returned him to the mat, okay, this is something as he returns into the mat and he moved that pressure forward, He should have moved more pressure forward and looked up to the shoulders to see where were his opponent's arms and elbows at. As he came down, he kind of kept his head down, had an opportunity to maybe look up and catch a quick half Nelson and take that takedown into a near fall situation. His opponent Schultze, though, able to get back up to his feet. So another escape given up by House. 6-3 score right now. House with another 2 points takedown right here on the edge of the mat. Good job. Good motion by House. Head taps and moving forward. Now he just changed his game up a little bit. That's great. Just went to straightforward head taps and motion into his opponent. Nice drive double leg and picked up 2 more points. Spencer Shonka, a minute left in his match. He's ahead 4-3 in the top position, so he's either got to ride his opponent out or pick up some more points in that match. Seth House ahead 8-3, 8-4 with that escape, I guess. Let's see what he can do here on his feet. Just needs to keep, he's doing some good stuff on his feet. Needs to keep going to it. Good motion, way to go. Throw that elbow by. Got to come back to that head tap one more time. It looked pretty good on the edge of the mat. See if he can go to it again. Oh, he just needs to go after his opponent. The opponent's crossing his feet. Yeah, he just needs to keep motion. Good job. House with another drive double leg. He needs to, might just want to go right back into, well, with 10 seconds left, he's not going to cut him loose here. But he's got to feel pretty good that right now here with 6 seconds left, 7 seconds left in the second period, he's got to feel pretty good about he should be able to get a takedown at any point in time the rest of the way through this match. If you watch his opponent's feet, if they do get back up on their feet again, his opponent crossed his feet there just a little bit earlier, and that's either a sign of he's getting tired or just not real solid on his feet. And so Seth can capitalize on that if he continues to move. And boy, Benton's going to go right to their feet. All Seth has to do is keep him moving. Keep him moving, side to side motion, make those feet get a little closer than they want to be, and take that shot. There's a shot with an attempted arm drag, but he's not battling through the hand fighting very well. Oh, Shonka gave up must have given up a reversal and something. Now Shonka, had to reversal with a headlock for a second. Oh, little flurry at the end. Shonka he was ahead in that match, almost the whole match, 4-3, and lost at the end, 8-5. So he had it, but gave up some points there towards the end of that match. With about a minute left, he was still ahead of that match. So sorry to see that loss for Spencer Shonka on the JV mat. Okay, House ahead 12-5 right now. And like I said, he's got to feel good about doing something on his feet. Another drive double leg. Good job. Elevate and put him back on the mat. There you go. Good job of looking up to the head. Good job. That's a pretty tight, yes. Got the arm trapped. Looked pretty tight from this side, and there's a fall. Way to go, Seth House. Right at the end of the period. 5:05. Took a while, but outstanding job by Seth House. A win by fall at 145. I hope that was at 145. Am I a weight class off? That was at 145. So, nice job. Okay, on the varsity mat now here, Peyton Nolting on the mat for Independence. Dual meet score 27-30, so nice job of closing the gap. He's wrestling Grant Franzenberg. And nice takedown there by Peyton Nolting. Way to start off this match at 152. Franzenberg listed as a junior for Benton Community here at 152. On the JV match, we've got Ethan Holt, and Ethan Holt wrestling Brody Shear of Benton Community. Holt down, or tied up 2-2 right now in his match. Holt with the takedown, then gave up the reversal. Okay, Peyton Nolting gives up the escape to Franzenberg. Both wrestlers up on their feet. Let's see if Peyton can go right back to what he scored with here at the beginning of the match. hand fighting right now. Can't go, he's got to be careful with that. Didn't have really control. Boy, nice job of recovering there. He did not have control on that right side and somehow went clear underneath and picked up the takedown. Wow. Good little scramble there by Peyton Nolting. Nice job. Now needs to settle in with some control here. Know where you're at. Good job of getting out of bounds. Okay, gonna head back to the middle of the mat. He's ahead 4-1 right now with 26 seconds left. In the first period here at 152, dual meet score, Independence 27, Benton Community 30. And Independence has had a nice run with some falls. Starting at 132 with a fall by Erickson Dale, a fall by Drew Davis, and now, last match, a fall by Seth House. It was looking kind of dangerous there for a little bit, but 3 falls sure make things look a little bit better in a short amount of time. Wrestlers go out of bounds. The Benton Community attempts a shot there on the edge. Franzenberg, a junior. Peyton Nolting for Independence, a junior as well. Okay, and the JV match, still Ethan Holt out there for Independence, and it looks like Ethan Holt behind right now, 4-3, a minute left in the second period. Peyton defers, both wrestlers up on their feet here in the second period. Varsity match at 152. I'm kind of surprised Benton Community wanted to go up to his feet with Nolting having 2 takedowns. Nolting's done a good job of fighting out of this position. He's kind of scrambling for a takedown. Let's see if he can keep that leg. Needs to somehow clear his ankle, straighten his left leg, straighten it. Got to straighten that left leg. Got to straighten the left leg. Boy, Peyton. Nice job of scramble wrestling by Peyton. If he can straighten that left leg a little quicker, he doesn't have to make me talk so much. I could have had that takedown maybe a little bit earlier, but good job. He did not give up, kept that elbow tight. The elbow he did have control of, he kept that tight, kept at it. Gives up the escape now. So I'll tell you what, Peyton just needs to win this up on his feet. He's ahead 6-3 now after giving up that escape. 1:01 left in the second period. Needs to take over here on his feet. Kind of wear his opponent down a little bit. Opponent with a high crouch attempt there. High crouch fireman's carry. Peyton fights that off, no problem. Head back to the middle of the mat. 45 seconds left in the second period. Let's see if Peyton can maybe, there we go, good job. Good shot by Peyton Nolting, pulling it in. Oh, elbows got out. Benton Community counters, trying to throw those elbows. A little whip over by Benton Community. Good job by Peyton rolling through that. 27 seconds left now. Love to see Peyton get a takedown here at the end of the second period. 6-3 score. There you go. Good outside single leg. Keep circling. Know where you're at. Good job, Peyton Nolting with 2 at the edge of the mat. I apologize. They went out of the view of the camera, but sure enough, it was 2 for Peyton Nolting with 11 seconds left in the second period. Picks up the takedown. And ahead 8-3 in this match. Ethan Holt over on the JV mat. He's behind 7-6. Jumping on the whistle here, Peyton Nolting. Nolting ahead 8-3, done a nice job up on his feet. We're at 152 pounds. We started the dual meet at 195. Ethan Holt with the loss by fall over on the JV mat. And that's going to bring Andrew Wright onto the mat for Independence JV. And Andrew's going to be wrestling Caleb Dietze. So Andrew Wright on the mat, Independence JV, Caleb Dietze for Benton Community. Okay, new start, third period here. Peyton Nolting on the mat for Independence at 152. Good job of getting up to his feet. You just come right back to it. You get returned to the mat. You need to land like a cat, land on all fours, and get right back up to your knees. Got to be careful. His opponent's looking for a cradle there, so be careful. Don't bring your head down. Don't bring your head down. Needs to keep his head up. Needs a little ankle throw there by Nolting. Good job. Hey, good job. Hand control, gets his hips free, and a nice escape by Peyton Nolting, back on their feet, where he has dominated so far. With that escape, he goes ahead 9-3. And let's see, another takedown to put us into a major decision. So we'd love to see Peyton get at least one more takedown here before the end of this match. Andrew Wright on the JV mat gets the first takedown. He's ahead 2-0 in his match. Nice job. Head tap, shot in. Tried to cut the corner. Needs to stay up on his. There's two. Great job of dragging the toes. And way to hang on to that double leg. Took the shot, got in there. If he could have cut the corner just a little bit quicker than he did, got in on the double leg, had the legs controlled, gave his opponent just enough time to get the hips back. Had to work a little harder maybe than he wanted to, but did a good job of keeping those legs, pulled it in a little bit tighter, cut the corner, drug those toes right to the edge of the white line. Good takedown there for Peyton Nolting. He's ahead 11-3 right now with 46 seconds left in the third period. And the good thing is even if we give up an escape, if it happens here fairly soon, which Benton Community is doing a pretty good job of getting to his feet, don't want to give that escape up. We want this major decision, 11-3, pick up another team point. That'd help us go ahead 31-30. But even if we do give up the escape, I like Peyton up on his feet right now. I like his chances up on his feet to maybe get that one more takedown. Well, here we go. Give up the escape. 11-4 score. I'd like to see Peyton get one more takedown here. Let's get some bonus points for the team. Get a 4-point decision with a win by major decision. There's a shot by Nolting. Nice job. Good little sidestep. Kind of froze his opponent's feet and got right in on it. Boy, look, from my perspective, that looked like just a nice little setup and shot by Peyton Nolting. 8 seconds left. He's ahead 13-4. 13-5 with that escape. Another shot by Nolting. He's going to pick up two right at the end. Outstanding. He didn't have to get that two. He was ahead 13-5, had the major, but he said, no, I'm going to get that right back. Good job. Way to keep wrestling.
160, Gunnar Munson, Benton Community,
Way to not be satisfied. Gave up the escape at the end, just turned around and went right back at him. Picked up 2 more points. A nice 10-point win by Peyton Nolting at 152. And so Independence goes ahead now in this dual meet 31-30. I'm telling you, it wasn't looking very good a while ago. I believe it was 27-9 at one point. It was getting kind of scary. And now it's Jake Jewell on the mat. Jake literally just changed levels and waited for his opponent to sit still and shot. He makes it look pretty simple. And then makes it look pretty simple to get a couple back points too with that tilt. So ahead 4-0 in just a mere 12 seconds. Gives up the escape. Nice little duck under by Jewell. Good job. Just so quick. Another racking up some more back points now. Wrestling Gunnar Monson of Benton Community. He's going to get 3 more back points. Referee has the 3 ready to go, I believe. There they are. Already up 9-1. We saw Jake Jewell last week against Marion. He was able to almost pick up a tech fall in the first period. 14-1 or 14-0, I believe it was. Now Jewell with the pinning combination here. Got the head stuffed underneath, though let the hand go up on the shoulder blade. The referee stopped it for potentially dangerous. I know Jake's arguing that everything was nice and safe there, but anytime you go under an arm like that, kind of a chicken wing situation, if you let your hand rotate up onto your opponent's shoulder blade, the referee's gonna stop that. Jake was not applying pressure there. I think that was his little kind of look at the referee. But here we go, back on their feet, 9-2. Jewell in for another double leg and right to his back. His opponent probably had better realize that Jake's really fast and bail out of those double legs a little bit quicker. Jake Jewell with gonna get 3 more back points, trying to see if he can pin his opponent. See if he can adjust to a headlock here. Yep, gonna adjust the headlock, gonna sit his hips through. He's going to go a little different pathway. There's the hip sitting through. That's a fall. There we go. Nice pin by Jake Jewell. Hope you could see that on the camera. That looked pretty good. Nice job, Jake Jewell. Continuing to keep things rolling here. with a fall at 160 pounds. And now, finally, Independence starts to open the gap up a little bit. Dual meet score 37-30. We started at 195, so we've got 2 more weight classes to go before the end of this dual meet. On the JV mat, Andrew Wright still out there in the 3rd period. He's ahead 4-1. Andrew Wright ahead 4-1 on the JV mat. We're only halfway through the JV matches. We almost have this varsity match all wrapped up. There's a nice takedown here at 170 pounds. Nick Holt on the mat, wrestling Sam Marish of Benton Community, and Holt in right away on a single leg, picks up a takedown. Holt now with the one-on-one right on the right-hand side, going to try and either roll it up on his back or maybe look for some kind of a tilt here. We'll see what direction. Depends on where his opponent turns his hips. If he stays heavy on those hips, Nick can go to a tilt situation. Boy, his opponent's able to sneak those hips out enough just to, enough to almost get a reversal on that. Pretty good adjustment there by Marish. Holt needs to react to that just a little bit quicker, but he also knew he was at the edge of the mat, so no real worries. Ahead 2-0 here at 170. Independence ahead 37-30 in this dual meet. We've got 170 and 182 will be the final matches of this dual meet. See if Holt can pick up another takedown. Marish with an outside single leg attempt. Holt with stuff in the head, underhook, and it's going to be a tough fight here on the edge of the mat. We'll see if Holt can cinch things up and pick up another fall for Independence. Small adjustments is all we need. He's got enough real estate on the mat to get the fall. We'll see if Nick can, got to stay kind of chest to chest a little bit. There's the fall. Nice job, Nick Holt. Yeah, minute 16. So another win by fall for Independence at 170 pounds, and that takes the dual meet score 43-30. And so, for all intent, got this dual meet wrapped up. Had a nice win over there for Andrew Wright. I saw he had 6 points. I didn't quite catch the other opponent. So anyway, a win by decision over there for Andrew Wright on the JV mat. Now we have Sam Grazer out there on the JV mat wrestling Hunter Shaw. Grazer on the JV mat and Shaw. And here at 182, Elliott Ryan for Independence. And he's wrestling Bryce Timmerman. Timmerman, a sophomore for Benton Community. And Elliott Ryan, a senior for Independence. Ryan with the first shot attempt there. Another shot. Oh, nice ankle pick. I can safely say I've never seen an ankle pick from a Russian tie situation. Boy, Ryan slaps the leg in, power half. Benton Community tries to roll through. And I thought Elliott was going to catch him on his back there. Instead, he's got the farmer hooked up. Need to stretch him forward. Now he's going to adjust back to a cradle. Ooh, there we go. That's going to be, he can run it here, keep it tight, set it back, and there we go. Ooh, that's going to be tight enough for a fall, I believe. There's a fall. Good adjustment there by Elliott Ryan. Had about 3 things going and went for the cradle in the end, and a fall in just 55 seconds. So that's going to wrap up the dual meet here, Independence and Benton Community. Good job by Elliott Ryan. Way to wrap it up with the fall. And we had a nice run starting at 132. 132, Erickson Dale with the fall. Drew Davis with the fall at 138. Seth House at the end of his match, 5:05. Nearing the end of the 3rd period, picks up a fall. Peyton Nolting, not a fall, but a nice 10-point win for Peyton Nolting. Just kept turning it on his feet at 152. Jake Jewell with the win by fall at 160. Holt with the win at 170 and 116, and then we just saw Elliott Ryan with the win there at 182. So what we've got going right now is we're gonna have a whole bunch of JV matches, and maybe I'll just kind of start panning the camera back and forth and see if I can keep track of these JV matches. Got Sam Grazer on the mat. I'll let you have a view of the gym here. Sam Grazer over on the far mat. And on this near mat, we have Patrick Breitsbecker and Bailey Manley. All of these matches still Independence and Benton Community. So we've got 2 JV matches going right now. Breitsbecker will be on the left side of your screen. And, of course, they move out of view. And Sam Grazer Sam Grazier over on the far mat, left side of the screen. And right now he's ahead 2-0, second period in that match. So it'll be kind of fun here to let the JV guys get a little bit of air time here. Patrick Breitsbecker on the mat for Independence right now. JV mat. Like I said, wrestling Bailey Manley. And Sam Grazier on the far mat. Almost had another takedown there. Oh, there's Grazier. Nice takedown. And 2 back points, I believe, too, for Grazier. Let's see. Looked like they thought maybe that was back points, but maybe that was just a takedown being awarded. Hey, there's Patrick Breitsbecker with the takedown and got his opponent on his back. See if he's able to get some back points. Had a little blood time. Okay, so Breitsbecker is going to pick up a couple back points. Benton Community, though, got some blood he's got to deal with there. So I'm going to zoom back over to Sam Grazier on the far mat. While they clean up that blood, Grazier ahead in his match, 4-0 with 42 seconds left in the second period. Breitsbecker ahead 4-0 after the takedown and some back points, 56 seconds left in the first period. So the varsity mat tonight, we had Independence with a nice win. Started that dual meet off at 195 pounds, where Matt McMillan was able to pick up a 5-2 win. At 220, McMurrin lost by fall in his match. McMartin, I should say. I don't know where I came up with McMurrin at. McMartin with a loss by fall in his match at 220. At 285, Drew Evans on the mat for Independence, lost by fall at 285. At 106, Independence gave up a forfeit. Hey, Breitsbecker with another, had back points, and then his opponent's able to roll through. Patrick had the back points, got a couple back points, but then gave them up in the reversal. Grazier still ahead in his match. 4-0. Happening on the far side of the gym. Left side of your screen. Breitsbecker with a nice stand-up, trying to break the grip and get an escape. Good job. He goes ahead 7-2 now. Getting to the end of the first period. Kind of get over and maybe catch a little bit of Sam Grazier's match as well. Grazier with a nice shot right off the whistle. Starting the third period. Hey, Breitsbecker with another takedown. Good job. Way to go, Patrick Breitsbecker. Ahead 10-2 at the end of the first period. JV match here going on, both JV matches. Grazier with the fall in the third period. So Sam Grazier with the win by fall over Hunter Shaw. Patrick Breitsbecker ahead right now 10-2 heading into the second period. So now on the JV match, the far mat, we've got Tate Friedoff out there wrestling Zach Bershank of Benton Community. So Friedoff of Independence and Bershank of Benton Community. These are all JV matches happening right now. Independence had a nice win. Nice varsity win here against Benton Community. Breitsbecker with some more back points. And Breitsbecker with the fall. 2 JV falls in a row. Turn our attention over to the JV matches. We get a couple falls, so good job by our JV wrestlers. Friedoff getting kind of rocking and rolling over there with those legs in. He needs to be careful. He gets those hips up a little bit higher than where they are right now. Sink that half Nelson in just a little bit deeper. We're going to have our next JV match is going to be Hunter Crawford and Brandon Dietz. Okay, so we got Hunter Crawford now and Brandon Dietz. We got Tate Friedoff out there for Independence. A couple JV matches, trying to finish up all the JV matches. We had a ton of them here, Independence and Benton Community. Got a couple schools with a lot of participation in wrestling, so that's nice to see. Hunter Crawford already got trying to work that head down, heavy on the head, trying to pull the head down. He's either going to pull it down and take the shot, or pull it down and look for that underhook and whip over. Let's see if I can kind of maybe catch both of them here a little bit. Friedoff with a little duck under on the far mat, and Friedoff with 2. Friedoff ahead 4-1. Hunter Crawford with the takedown. Oh, referee takes it off the board, I think. Oh, no, he's looking for back points. So 2-point takedown and some back points for Crawford. Now Crawford should be able to make some adjustments here. Settle in and make the fall. There we go. Win by fall for Hunter Crawford. JV guys making us look pretty good here. Tate Friedoff able to get his opponent out of bounds. Going to head back to the middle. Friedoff ahead 6-2 in his match. JV match is happening after the nice dual meet win, Independence. I think I left off with the Independence gave up a forfeit at 106. At 113, Independence, we lost by fall. And that was Holden Griffith that stepped out on the mat at 113 for Independence. All right, so we're changing things up here a little bit, I guess. I wonder if we're going to have, I suppose we're going to do the rest of the JV matches, maybe at the beginning of the Benton match. At least that's going to be my guess. Maybe we're running into some time issues with rest, but hey, that's okay. We're going to give Tate Friedoff our full attention here. I'll go ahead and zoom in a little bit closer. Friedoff with a headlock. As soon as we look, Friedoff, oh, nice job, Tate Friedoff, a win by fall. Boy, JV had a nice run there, 4 falls right at the end of the varsity meet. Got a chance to look over there and catch 4 nice falls by the JV wrestlers. So once again, our varsity match, Independence versus Benton Community, a win for a dual meet win.
With all the licensed parents of the wrestlers, managers, and cheerleaders report to the southwest door.
Okay, nice win for Independence. 49-30 was the final dual meet score. I'll just kind of run through the meet again real quick here. We started at 195. Matt McMillan won by a 5-2 decision. At 220, Lane McMartin lost by fall in his match at 220. At 285, Drew Evans lost by fall. At 106, Independence gave up a forfeit. At 113, Holden Griffith lost by fall in that match at 113. And then at 120, we had Colin Fischels on the mat for Indy. And Fischels picked up a fall in 33 seconds. At 126, Jacob Wolf lost by fall. At 132, Tanner Erickson Dale won by fall in 321. Drew Davis at 138 won by fall in 236. At 145, Seth House won by fall at the end of his match in 505. At 152, Peyton Nolting with a 15-5 win at 152, and that was the first time we were able to finally get ahead in that dual meet. Was right there at 152. Peyton Nolting picking up that major decision. And we ran the table the rest of the way out at 160. Jake Jewell with the win by fall. Nick Holt with the win by fall at 170 and 116. And Elliott Ryan with the fall in 55 seconds in the first period. So the final dual meet score 49-30. Independence Mustang Wrestling against Benton Community. On the JV side of things, Andrew Delahunt lost by decision in his match 4-9. Zach Davis lost by fall. Joe Preeb won by fall over Benton Community. Caleb Van Gorder won by decision 15-6. Reed Lewin, I believe he won that match, but as I looked up, as I was trying to call the varsity match, I did not catch the very end of it. He was ahead, and I didn't see how that finished up. Vaughn Nabholz with a nice fall for Independence JV. Spencer Shonka, a tough loss for him, 8-5. He was ahead through most of that match and gave us some points right at the end. Ethan Holt lost by fall. Andrew Wright won by decision in his JV match. And then we had that nice finish to the JV matches. Sam Grazer with a win by fall. Patrick Breitsbecker with a win by fall. Tate Friedoff winning by fall. And Hunter Crawford winning by fall. So what we're going to do right now is we've got a bit of a break in the action. I believe it's going to be Benton Shellsburg senior night for their wrestlers. So we'll cut free for just a little bit here. Probably keep the camera on, but I'm going to go ahead and cut free a little bit. And I'll probably come back a little bit early and we'll talk about the Battle of Waterloo tomorrow. The Battle of Waterloo. Independence heading over to the Young Ice Arena and 3 dual meets starting at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So I'm going to go ahead and break free for a bit. Just kind of keep that computer live, and we'll jump back in here in just a little bit. So thanks a lot for watching our broadcast, and we'll be right back with Independence Mustang Wrestling.